request, and at the same time, I have anyway, I'm trying to give my best on so that your student faculty, student fraternity get some knowledge about the chemistry. Normally, chemistry, the scope of chemistry is not being discussed in this forum. So what I'll do, so actually in this particular lecture series, one of my colleagues is Susuban Hans. He is an alumni of IIT. He is also very knowledgeable. He has joined. So because of technical glitch, so that I can see you people, I can see your comments. So he will be sharing on my behalf, and I'll go one by one. Susuban, please share the share.
Sure, sure. Good morning to all.
Nice. Excellent.
So is it visible for all?
Yes.
Make it full screen, Susuban.
Yes, basically.
So today's discuss will be on business in oil sector and role of chemistry in industrial career prospect. So basically, I'll confine my lecture on the how Oil India is operating across the globe, and what will be the basic chemistry people should know, the particularly the students should know how to get the job not only in Oil India, in other oil sectors and other industries and other career prospects that will be. And before that, what will be your role in Oil India if you will absorb that? I want to give a glimpse of that one so that you can have an idea that what to do, how to be prepared yourself to be an oil Indian, particularly if not oil Indian, if a oil industry employee. So I will try to this one, and let me start this one. Next slides, please, Susuban. So prior to start of my this one, I want to give my what I am basically. So as everybody has already taken that I am posted in Guwahati as Deputy General Manager in Center of Excellence for Energy Studies. What is Center of Excellence? I am coming back to you in subsequent slides. So I did my M.Sc in chemistry from Cotton College. Actually, I did everything from Cotton College, from higher secondary to M.Sc. In fact, I studied from class 5 in collegiate school, Cotton Colleges. So Cotton is in my blood, I can say. So I wanted to be a teacher, so I did B.Ed. In fact, I was a teacher for almost 2 years for in the +2 levels. So I did MBA in oil and gas sector. Then Certified Petroleum Manager, I did course in Certified Petroleum Manager. Then one is whenever we are working in industries, we need to have a project management. So company has sent me for a course in Certified Petroleum Management Associates. And one thing is there, whenever we are working in the laboratory, then one thing is the ISO. I don't know whether your students are aware of this ISO or not. So there's a ISO basically is the quality control management procedures. So there I did a course in lead auditor ISO so that I can lead and I can guide the people to have a ISO laboratory. So till now I was working in as a team leader of drilling fluid and cementing of the drilling operations. What is drilling operation? I'll come back to you in subsequent slides. And team leader of reservoir physics study of the chemical department of Oil India Duliajan. And team leader of drilling fluid and cementation, safety and environment, land requisition in NLP4 block of drilling under ENIA project in Mizoram and also in Arunachal that I missed it. And presently working as the team leader for Enhanced Oil Recovery and Geochemical Laboratory in Center of Excellence for Energy Studies in Guwahati. And I have worked total 23 years of experience with Oil India Limited in different capacities. And that is my biodata to say. So I wanted to be a teacher like Raju Uja, but that time was there, so I could not make it. So now I am chemist in Oil India Limited. So Susuban, please. So my presentation will be now the role of chemistry in the hydrocarbon exploration at the glance of Oil India Limited and about Oil India Limited and employability prospect in oil sector. This will be my flow of presentation that I will follow today. So next. So present scenario of oil and gas sector in India. So before start on that, there will be some units that is a very new to you. Please ignore that one. If you don't know the unit, is it not matter at all, because this is not an academic lecture. It is an awareness lecture. And some terms will be go over your head. They don't no matter what is over your. Please note down there later on. In if not, we can clarify it. You can personally talk to me, then I can clarify it. So whenever I'll using some of the units, some of the terms that might be not at all that are unfamiliar to you. I understand, but please don't. Yeah, is more unstable. Is it? Let me see. Am I visible, Raju? You are not getting me.
Yes, yes. I've seen you.
No, I got a message. This is an internet is
All right.
people.
It is due to some problem from my side. No problem. You can carry on.
Okay. So there are basically all sector is being divided into three sectors. So we have even the upstream and downstream, and one is in the midstream. What is upstream sector? Upstream sector is the sector which basically explore oil. Explore oil means they dig oil and find out oil in across the globe, like Oil India and ONGC. So we find out oil from the beneath of the earth. That is called the upstream sector. The Oil India and ONGC are upstream sector. And downstream sector is the crude oil, then the gas that are used by some of the companies. Some of the companies then giving it the finished product in your home, like petrol, diesel, LPG. These are the finished product. Those stream are called the downstream sector. So this is the two extreme one, that is upstream and downstream sector. There is one is the midstream. Midstream is that there's a pipeliner. So whenever we produce oil in particular field, they have to carry it to the refineries, isn't it? So those sector is known as the midstream sector. So Oil India is working in all the sectors, the upstream sector, downstream sector, and midstream sectors. So what is the present oil scenario in India? So as on my data is as of 2008, the oil reserve is 594.49 million tons, and natural gas is 1,339.5 BCM, billion cubic meters. So these are basically that is a place that is available. You can explore this much of this much. So out of these, how much you can explore, that is your credit. You have the technology now. Up till now, we are maximum 30 to 35% we can explore out of these reserves, as of what the technology we have. So next is there. You will see that the petrol price is going day by day. Why it is going? Because of the growing demand. Growing demand is that we don't have the domestic production. So 82% of the oil requirement has to be imported from other countries. So that is why we have to spend a lot of our public money for buying your crude oil, that is for energy. So if we can produce by domestically, if we produce, then a burden of the common people will be reduced. So government is trying to find out more oil across this India, so that domestic production has enhanced and the burden on the import is reduced. Next is the downstream is the oil in the refining that I am playing. Now we have the total capacity of 248 million metric ton per annum. So actually we have more refineries. I'll share refineries around 23, 24 refineries we are having. So different refineries have different capacities. So there we just bring the crude oil from other countries and refine and supply to the need of the people. So this is in the 2001 ranking, India is the fourth largest world for in terms of the consumer of the your energy sector, after United States, China, and Russia. So it is growing. It is daily, because you have seen our development. We are a particularly new nation, so development is going across the India from you can say from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Assam to Gujarat, everywhere your development is going on. I am not taking only your infrastructure development, all sector development. So these sectors need energy. So we are more consumer, and to get basically the fastest growing consumer in the world as on today. So next, Susuban. So as I told, it is a 23. It should be 23. The 1 and 2 mistakenly I have taken 2 refinery has been basically for copy paste reason. It is a technical glitch. So we have 23 refineries as in India. So but we are one. How much in India? That is one matter. How much we have actually in India or in Assam? We have, as you know, we have the 4 refineries. Particularly Chaiduar College, you have the nearby Numaligarh refinery is there. So I am giving some history about these refineries. So first of refinery, you know, the Digboi refinery was the oldest refinery. So it was there in 1901. Then subsequently we had the 4 refineries being there with the different time to meet the requirement of the crude oil production in Assam. But now the whatever production we are having in Assam is very basically cannot feed the all refineries. That 4 refineries is not possible to feed by the domestic production of Assam. So Assam have only how much is there? We are ONGC around 1.5 and we are producing around 3.3 to 3.5. So you can say around less than 5 million metric ton. But our refinery, if you see the capacity of refinery, Digboi is 1 plus. Your Numaligarh itself 3. Guwahati is 1.5 plus, and I am not speaking about your Bongaigaon refinery. So that's why now the crude oil has to be being brought from the other parts of the world. So Barauni refinery is fed by the imported crude. And recently you might be aware that Numaligarh refinery from the 3 million metric ton, it has enhanced up to 9 million metric ton. This capacity, this is going on now. So after the enhancement of the Numaligarh refinery up to 6 million, from 3 to 9 million metric ton, there we don't have crude to feed this refinery. But you have to run the refinery. For that purpose, one line is being laying from Pardeep to Siliguri, then Siliguri to Numaligarh to feed the Numaligarh refinery. Unless we have the imported crude, we cannot run this one. So it is the utmost necessary to produce more and more oil in Assam. So you might have seen recently there is a survey in the Tezpur area also. I don't know whether Gohpur was covered. So another national seismic program, from the nook and corner of India, it is being mapped, so that where we have a proven reserve is there. If at all reserve is there, the government is insisting to explore it more and more. Next slide, Susuban, please. So now there are basically oil and gas company. I have told initially there are 2 national oil company. One is upstream and downstream sector. So top 10 oil companies I have listed out. This is not as per any capacity or whatever reasons. Randomly I have choose 10 oil companies to give a glimpse how many oil companies are operating in India. It is more, not less than confined to 10. There is a lot of more, but these are visible to us. ONGC is the biggest company in exploration. Then Oil India Limited. Oil India is the oldest company, but not the biggest. Then Indian Oil Corporation. Indian Oil Corporation, I am saying the downstream company, is the biggest company as on now from the government sector. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited and Hindustan Petroleum. These are the companies, and GAIL India also. These are your government company. And for the next, we have a substantial stake of the private sector. You may name Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries have the biggest refineries in Jamnagar. There is 62 million metric ton, and we have, you just imagine, the Digboi refinery is 1 MMT and Jamnagar is 62. That is Jamnagar refinery is 62 times bigger than your Digboi refinery. To be frank, have you ever seen Big Boy? If in the Guwahati in terms of it is again 50 times. So you just imagine how big that refinery is, that Reliance, because this type of refinery is required for our existence. But small refineries cannot give economically viable. It's so big refinery is the call of the day. Now that is why Government of India also in trying to enhance the capacity of the existing capacity of the refinery so that it economically viable, because this oil factor is the not if not economically viable, it's not possible to run on the basis of only political will. Next. So there is a chronology I have given. The first of all, I think everybody knows oil was discovered in Digboy field by W.L. Lack of Assam Railway and Trading Company. That is also everybody have some rumors are there. Digboy Dig, that is run by your elephant. Actually, the oil was discovered accidentally, not by intentionally. So their railway track was going on for that purpose. They have to cut wood from the forest. Then one fine morning, one person have shown that the one of the elephant having was soaked with oil. Leg was soaked with oil. Then they stresses. They found out that oil was floating on the surface. That was a dream for this one. So that is in 1989 it is discovered. This is the second discovery, and first was in Pennsylvania in America. Next, in the year 1899, to find out the oil in from the Bennett, the Assam Railway and Trading Company (AR&T) formed the Assam Oil Company. The Assam Oil Company was formed, and Digboy refinery was commissioned subsequently in 1901. This is the first refinery in in India. In 1911, the Burma Oil Company arrives in India for science. Burma Oil Company is, though name is in the Burma, it is not the Burma, it is England Burma, not is a nearby Burma. So it comes from the England company. Then Burma Oil Company takes over AOC. AOC was taken over. Though AOC was taken over Burma Oil Company, AOC is still continuing, and the name is still continuing. Then in 18 February 1959, All India Private Limited was incorporated. And on 7 July 61, Government of India and Oil Company joint venture was 50-50 partnership was there. On 14th of October 81, the wholly owned with the Government of Oil. So please the students, so these are not relevant to you, may not be, it might be a kind of French language I'm speaking. These in terms of if the business scenario, you will know later on. But whatever you have to know that first refinery, first oil discovered in 89, refinery was there. Then Oil India's, I am giving you the background of Oil India. Now Oil India is not a private company. It is a complete government company. We are the government employee of Government of India. Then after that, one development is there. Last month only, so Numaligarh refinery was acquired by Oil India Limited. Now Numaligarh refinery is the feeder is being added to Oil India Limited. So we have earlier also we had some stake around 26% in Numaligarh. Now we have 82%. So we have the major stake in 82% means we are the owner of NRL Limited. Okay, NRL is a company, but it is under Oil India Limited. So Oil India Limited now what is the, you might have recalled earlier I am telling you it is the upstream, downstream and midstream. So Oil India Limited was earlier upstream company, then now we are in the downstream company also. So basically we are a wholly integrated company which is taking care of from exploration to production to business. Okay, next slide please. So now again, this is the chronology I have told already that independent India's first commercial discovery was in Naharkotia in 1953. What Duliajan is today only because of this. Earlier Digboy was up to 1953 was there. In Naharkotia 1953, the first oil was discovered. Now still that oil is still flowing. I forgot to tell that Digboy 1, which was a century back it produced, still it is producing. There is a very big museum is there. If you have not visited, you please visit Digboy and to know the legacy of the oil sector from the your elephant to the man with the sophisticated equipment. Everything is being nicely framed there. So you will have a grips from, and you can have a opportunity to see the big boy one, and you will be, I'm sure it will be a nice experience to you. For students, particularly for Chaiduar College, I'm telling the Oil India Limited is making another refinery, which will be bigger than that one in Guwahati. Now it will be expecting in 2-3 years. Then of course it will be entire thing will be framed in Guwahati. Then we can see we are expecting a very good refinery. Sorry, your museum at our Guwahati. And then after 1953, Naharkotia, Moran field was discovered. So Moran was a very prolific producer. We produce a lot of gas. Now their field is there. But unfortunately, Moran is dwindling now. Now their production is not being as expected. Anyway, but still Moran field is still there. The incorporated joint sector that I have already told in 18 February 1959. These are your commercial terms. Became public sector in Government of India 14 October in 1981. So we have the 5 decades of experience of exploration and production. We are the second largest national oil company in India, primarily engaged in exploration, development, production, transportation of crude oil and natural gas in India. And we have produced from natural gas and LPG also. So LPG, of course, LPG is being produced from years by Oil India Limited, but because of government policy, we cannot sell them. It was sold through IOC. Though we produce substantial amount of LPG, the business license is given to IOC. Then whatever you are using in your kitchen, some of them may come from the Oil India Limited, and it is sure that it is come from Oil India Limited gas, but some of the LPG cylinder may come from Oil India Limited to you also directly. But since we don't have the business license, the business is done through our IOC. Next, please. So our core business of Oil India Limited, actually in the subsequent I am saying, this is exploration, exploitation, and transportation and refining. So exploration means where your chance of finding oil is there or not. So therefore, there are some systems are there. The seismic survey. Seismic survey. These are new terms to you. I am telling you. This seismic survey is basically a sophisticated survey, like is a scanning of the earth. Now, whenever something goes wrong in our body, what we do? We do MRI, we are scanning, X-rays, all these. The seismic survey is nothing like that one only. They're scanning the mother earth, whether the oil is there or not. So after scanning that, your technocrat can find out where oil is there or not. Or if at all oil presence of oil not the prime criteria, whether economically viable your oil is there or not. So for that purpose, if oil is there or not, we have to drill. It is like an operation. So when doctors find out from radiologists giving some tumor is there in a particular body, then you have to count. So like the drilling is there, we have to drill the mother earth to find out actually where if oil is there or not. So on the basis of seismic survey, you cannot say that oil is there. So for that purpose, drilling is a must. Drilling is nothing but everybody have seen drilling, though you may say that we have not seen drilling, but you have seen drilling. So you must see the water, basically water pump. That domkol to thobe tumalake dekhisa domkol khanda jitu process is similar process in the advanced stage only. Okay. Then reserve acquisition. Reserve acquisition nothing but how much reserve is there or not. Then if some oil is strike, and then we go for the production. If the production is there, then we lay the pipeline and then laying to refineries. Then with the crude oil, there will be natural gas is there. Sometimes more natural gas is there than crude and crude. Every crude oil is associated with natural gas. They are called associated gas. Then associated gas from the associated gas we converted to LPG, CNG, or like this, and lot of years there. And we have the pipelines are there. So what are the pipelines are there? Earlier, you might have said that Barauni was fed from Assam oil. So we have 1157 kilometer pipeline from Duliajan to Barauni. That was around 1961. I forgot the year. So last 70 years, that was the pipeline which was earlier it was established to pump crude oil from Assam to Barauni. But because of the refined after Barauni refinery, we have two more refineries there. One is your BRPL Bangagar refinery, one Numoligarh is there. Then we cannot supply oil. Then the pumping is being reversed. Now from the Barauni, the same pipeline is being re-engineering to pump the crude oil from the Barauni to our NRL and BRPL. Okay, now we have another pipeline from DSNP. Another is the Duliajan, that is one Numoligarh to Siliguri. So Numoligarh Siliguri is their product pipeline is there. So when Numoligarh produces other products, the diesel or petrol, that's being pumped to Siliguri point. So because why we're pumping to Siliguri? Because the whatever we produce in this Assam by Numoligarh and IOC refineries, there we cannot exhaust the entire. So we have to import them, basically import to other part of the country as also Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is getting petrol from our Assam through this pipeline. So another pipeline is coming up from Duliajan to Numoligarh. That is coming up to, you might have heard, Assam government is already announced that giving the gas to the kitchen of the people of Assam. That is the one gas gathering station is coming up. So it will be fed from Duliajan and other parts of the country, so that we should not be switched to LPG cylinders. It will be directly, it will kind of your water pipe only, and it will be fed to your kitchen with an economic and safety manner. Okay, next please. So oil business upstream, those in subsequent earlier one I have already told, it consists of survey. Survey is nothing but I am telling you this seismic survey and drilling of crude oil and natural gas and production, and crude oil trunk pipeline, that's NSPL, Numoligarh Siliguri pipeline that I have already told. Duliajan DNPL, this is Duliajan Numoligarh pipeline for gas, that I have already told you. Then LPG and production of NRL, and I missed one of the organization, the BCPL, Brahmaputra Kekerosene Private Limited. Brahmaputra Kekerosene Private Limited is also in our loop. So this Brahmaputra Kekerosene, popularly known as the gas Keker, so it is in Lepetkata near Dibrugarh. The gas is fed by Oil India Limited. So this is also dependent on Oil India Limited. If Oil India Limited cannot give a proper gas, then BPCL cannot run. So to run the gas cracker, who run the future of Oil India, we must produce gas, more and more good quality gas. Next. So oil business is geophysical. I have already told, the geophysical and data processing interpretation is nothing but your the technocrats see how data, where it is being there. Geochemical, I have not told. This geochemical is the role of the chemist is there. So actually in our curriculum, this is not in this part of the Assam. Though we are very rich with century old operating this one, geophysics and geochemistry is not being the part of our curriculum. This is a basically what I should say, it is a sorry state of affairs. Our university is doing all the conventional course, but geophysics and geochemical, where employment opportunity is there and it is required. We have to create the people of Assam from geophysics and geochemical, but unfortunately we don't have any course in any of the colleges and university of Assam. So I request through our principal sir, you please stand this one to the higher up, so that they can introduce these to in your college itself. This will be a very great year, but All India will help you. All India, ONGC will help you definitely in setting up this type of courses. This geophysics and geochemical. This is we are studying the physics, chemistry, the conventional course. So these are the specialized course, geophysics and geochemical, geochemistry rather. So So we don't have a geochemistry. We are doing the job of the geochemistry, but we don't know chemistry. Only, geology part. We know chemistry part. It is not possible. But somehow we are running the show. But for if we had the geochemistry people, but in South there are some universities they are doing. Though they don't have any oil, but they are doing this subject. For that is why the people from others part of the are doing this job. But from the mainland there will be hardly people in this way. Please do, sir. You can project this in your council meeting or university or and higher up. This will be beneficial for the people of, particularly the students of Assam. Next is the land acquisition and environmental clearance. So once you get the finding the prospect of a crude oil or gas through this seismic survey or other surveys, so then you require a big land, that is around 18 to 20 bigger land is required to place a rig there. So in this our land crunch areas like Assam, it is very difficult to get this type of land. So we are very hard pressed to get the land. Anyway, recently the value of land value have enhanced by government of Assam. Now I think people will be ready to share their land with us. So that is one of the issue, but we have to have a land acquisition. Then environmental clearance. So environmental nowadays everybody is concerned about environmental. We are Oil India Limited also environmental. We are very much concerned to not to do harm to the environment or minimal harm to say. I should not say no harm, but that will be harm there. There is an industry they are associated with harm only. So environmental clearance is required from government of India in different agencies. So we have to do this one. Then civil job we have to do for all civil jobs and drilling a well, then production, then it is transportation through pipeline. These are the basically component of the E&P company, and oil is doing all of this. Next. So now come where oil stands. So oil is like a pan-India company. Pan-India company across India. We have lot of places are there. But basically we are more prominent in Northeast India. Northeast India we are having in Assam, in Arunachal, in Mizoram. These three states we are operating as on today. But we have other parts in Rajasthan we are producing fuel. And there are some blocks in Gujarat, there are some blocks in Kakinada we are working, there are some blocks in Kaveri Basin in the extreme bottom of the India. Then we have in Bhubaneswar, that is Paradip. I think those are from Assam. They have you might have read this Anuradhar Deck, Phanindra Kumar Dev Chaudhary. Anuradhar Deck is nothing but the product of the project of the Oil India Limited in Bhubaneswar. So now earlier that was we could not give the commercial discovery there, but still there are some operation is there. Now again we'll be going to Bhubaneswar in a big way in coming years. Then there is some Jodhpur. We have a producing field. The gas is being produced in Jodhpur. It is being sold to the Rajasthan State Electricity Board. In addition to that, we have some wind power and solar sectors in Gujarat and Rajasthan. So these are the Pan India footprint of Oil India Limited. Next. So in addition to Pan India, we have international existence. We are working, or actually we have worked in Libya. Then we have 2 blocks in Bangladesh. Bangladesh, we are yet to be operated, so we will be going to operate there. Then we have some stake in Mozambique, Yemen, Nigeria, and Gabon. We had last year, so the oil was struck in Gabon. So this is a very prolific field. Hopefully, we can produce more and more oil for country in Gabon. That one is not there in the map. We have a big stack in Russia, which is producing a lot of volumes of oil, and we have an office in the US. and we have an office in Singapore also. So these are basically commercial office in US, and but the rest are, we are having some exploration stack where we don't operate directly, we operate in conjunction with the other companies. So we have a stake. So whenever oil is produced in those countries, that will be beneficial for our mother India. Next. So now I'll say something about how oil is being produced. So basically, আমি তো সবে আগতে সবে জিঅলজি বিলাক চাগে পঢ়িছো আমি যে ঢেকিয়া নিচিনা উদ্ভিদৰ পৰা আমাৰ তেল উৎপন্ন হয়, এইবিলাক আমি আগতে পঢ়ি আহিছো। গতিকে মই এইবিলাক কথা বেছিকে ক'বলৈ নাযাওঁ, আৰু জিঅলজি মই বিশেষ নাজানো, মই বিশেষ নকওঁ। জাষ্ট মানে মই এটা তোমালোকৰ কথা ক'ব বিচাৰিছো যে হাউ ইট ইজ ফ্ৰম দ্য ইয়ৰ পেট্ৰলিয়াম টু কেনেকে হয়। পেট্ৰলিয়াম টু একচুৱেলি from the organic compounds, it is basically, I have written a paragraph there, so I'll not read out this one. So whenever it is under your pressure and temperature, our biologic your some of the trees, some of the your particularly living organisms, so it is transferred to a organic compounds, or say you can say organic complex compound. This is a kerosene. The kerosene with the time and pressure and temperature is converted to oil and gas, and conversion is saying that, and it has to be migrated. It is like that whenever it is like the kitchen. So where you, what you do, you cook your food in the kitchen, that you cannot have the food in the kitchen, you have to have the dining table. So we must have a dining table, that is a migration you have, and there is some migration, is just some geological complex theories are there, which is not possible to tell as of now. Also, I am not the right person to say the geology. Then migration, accumulation, all is there. Next please. So now after migration, where you will stand? So if it is a straight way, if it is like the river, it will flow, so it will not play, it will not being stored anything. But there are some geological called is a caprock. Caprock is nothing but like a cap. So if it is a cap is there, the flowing oil or gas and whatever is there, it will be stuck there. Though that caprock is a mass to produce to have your crude oil and gas. So caprock must be permeable. Permeable মানে কি হল তোমাৰ permeable মানে কি? Permeable মানে আমি কৰিব পাৰিব লাগিব যে আমি যদি তেলটো খান্দো তাৰ মাজেৰে ওলাই আহিব লাগিব। যদি হাৰ্ড ৰক হয় আমাৰ সেই তেলটো তাৰ পৰা উলিয়াব নোৱাৰিম। তাৰ মানে আমাক লাগিব কি? porous and permeable, আৰু reservoir rock মানে মই তোমালোকক কৈছো যে kitchen is the reservoir rock যৰ পৰা ওলাব, আৰু caprock is nothing but the cap where the oil is being trapped, আৰু trap oilৰ পৰাহে আমি বস্তুখিনি আমি তেলখিনি উলিয়াব পাৰিম। next Susuban, are you online? Thank you. So next, there is some geological structural changes going on every day. Actually, over the millions of times, our reservoirs are not smooth. Some reservoirs will be going down and up, and that is called the faulted reservoir. So now, for example, for common people example, I am telling you that I think it is a Burapahar, you know, Burapahar nearby your place. So Burapahar, whatever the rock is in the surface, that rock is going down in the towards the Upper Assam, it going deep towards the Duliajan and Hodia, that is in deep, around 5,000 meter. That means whatever you are seeing in the Burapahar, in the top of the your hill, that is going down up to 5,000 meter in Hodia and Duliajan. So that is the place, that is the Burapahar, that is the granite base basically where oil will be there. Oil will be there, oil will not produce. That particular, it will be kind of a pot. That pot is there, it is going through from Burapahar to Hodia and going extended. It is not being yet explored. So this type of geology is there. Then if time permits, and I'll organize another one with from geological background people. to you, so that they can give a better idea. Or if they can visit us also, we can give you the feel. We have all these softwares are there. You can feel, and you can feel there where art is there. We can show you. Next. So now what is the role of chemistry now? Role of chemistry is the geochemical and biochemical survey. Geochemical survey is means that what I am already told, that whatever is there in the mother earth, we can study them. So after that study, we can predict if oil is there. So this type of study here should be there, and Oil India is conducting those study. Not only Oil India, Geological Survey is also conducting those study. On the basis of the surface geology, geochemical study, people can say that oil must be here. Okay, there is one of the angles of studying your presence of oil. Next, again coming to drilling. So I have already told that after getting the sweet point where oil will be there, we have to be drilling. So for drilling, we need a fluid, that is the drilling fluid. Drilling fluid is nothing but drilling fluid is, though I am telling you drilling fluid, it is popularly known as mud. Mud to ami sobai janu boka. It is like boka only. Okay. So তোমালোকে তো দেখিছা চাগে যেতিয়া ওয়াটার পাম্প বিলাক খান্দে তেতিয়া এই গোবৰ পানী দি পেলাই তলৰ পৰা ওপৰলৈ মাটিটো উঠাই দিয়ে. So it is like that only. Your water pump will be few 100 meters only, 200, 300, not more than that. But we have drill about 6,000 meters. So from 6,000 meter, your whatever cuttings generated at the 6,000, you have to come to the top of the earth. And at the same time, some issues are there. Your machinery has to cool down. For that purpose, we need a constant circulation of fluid. That is called drilling fluid. And you, the people of chemistry, is the man behind the designing and maintenance of this drilling fluid. Drilling fluid is called the blood of the well. If drilling fluid is not there, you cannot drill a well. If drilling fluid is not good, your well will be sick. So basically you are the doctor of the drilling fluid. Particularly the people of chemistry will be dealing with drilling fluid, though unfortunately we don't have any academic curriculum in our whatever form, we don't have. So we learned it whenever we have joined in company for 2 years. We have a training is there, during training course only, but that can be very easily conducted in our curriculum by inducting from basic courses, so that in future chemists which will be absorbed in the exploration company will be easier for the company as well as for the candidate also. That is a cementing job in drilling and workover. Cementing job is like our cementing only. That is nothing new. This is a kind of cementing. What is we do? So whenever we drill wells, so you might have seen the water, your deep well. So we don't cement normally. We normally keep such when putting with your sand or whatever. Yeah. But for to give some strength of the pipe, we need to cement it. So cementing is being done. Normal cement, nothing here. But it is, as you know, you have to cement from the 5,000 to 6,000 meter pipe. So there definitely their technique and your technology will be different. Okay, so there your chemist role is there. You will design the cementing, how much water will be given, what are the components is there. That will be the job of the chemist. Then production of crude oil and detailed analysis. You see, only the production and only, but it will not be suffice. Then we have to analyze. So so suppose whatever you are producing in India and what are producing in Nigeria, what are producing in America, definitely their crude oil will be different. So some mechanism is there to give the price of on terms of quality. So quality will be dependent on detailed analysis, and detailed analysis is done by our chemist only. The reservoir estimation of the basins, you need not have to this one. Reservoir estimation is nothing but how much reserve is there. Their roles is of chemist also there. Fluid characterization is like the detailed analysis that you have to do. The benchmarking of crude oil. Benchmarking of crude oil means that I am saying that every crude oil from the different parts of the globe will have the different parameters. So So there are internationally agreed some benchmarking of the necessary. Suppose your sugar level how much? It is around. If it is a one more than 140, you will call diabetic. Okay. If it is less than what is not diabetic. So that's benchmarking. There's some parameters are there that I should not develop because it will be going over your hand. So if your crude oil have this much of particular parameter is there, then we'll tell that, oh, your crude oil is qualified for this. If it is not making, then you're inferior. So accordingly, your crude will be given that much of price. Next comes to enhanced oil recovery of oil. Particularly, it is called this EOR. Enhanced oil recovery is there. Earlier, I have already told you that 100% of the recovery of the reservoir is not possible. So only till now 30 to 35% is possible with the present technology that we have. So another 70% is already in the beneath of the earth. Now it is our part. It is the particularly the new generation, and we have to have a new process to find out the more and more oil. So that is called the enhanced oil recovery process. There are some processes that you need not have to worry about this. So in that part, enhanced oil recovery processes, the role of chemistry is immense. So particularly people of chemistry has a very what we should a very very important role to get the another 70% of oil from the beneath of the earth. Then transportation of crude oil. Transportation of crude oil as such chemistry does not have any role as chemistry, but because of transportation, you will see our normal weather changes from winter to summer. So there is wide variation of temperature. So in Assam, of course, the variation is around 20 to 25 degrees centigrade. So some of the crude having wax content is more wax is there. So if it is more wax is there, in the colder days, what will happen? It will be freeze out. If it is freeze out, then mobility will not be there. Is it like suppose in narikol telo kotha koa? Narikol telo tomato pora jiti ami thanda dinot uliabo lage we have to use some other ways. Otherwise, we can slide kori dile bostu to pori jay. It is like that. So transportation of homayot, ami ki koribo lagibo? We need to make the transportation in all weather conditions. So all weather condition or karone we have to treatment is there. So transportation of then we need to import some of the chemicals, and that is being done. It is no general formula is not there. That is we have to find out. You have to find out internally, because the people across the company will not share anything to you. This is again very whatever you have learned, it is up to you. So we have an R&D center. We find out what are the chemicals to be given to make it free flow towards towards our destination. Suppose the Duliajan is pumping to crude oil to Numaligor, that has to be pumped to Numaligor as such. So there we need some treatment. So we have some processes that then process has to derived by chemists only. That is people of chemistry only. Next, environmental protection and related analysis. Environmental, it is the subject of chemistry only. So people are already there, and I guess some of you will be joining us in doing some of this. Next. So now I have told about you about the drilling. So what is drilling? So in oil industry, drilling means the activities that involve in making a hole from surface to the subsurface of the required depth, and in case of hole is explored or produced oil. That I have already told, it is a kind of only digging a hole, and now we are familiar with a water pump. It is a few feet or few meters only. Now with this drilling of this hole, we have to dig. All India has till now drilled around 5,700 meters. This is the highest, the deepest well we have drilled. But internationally, there are 10,000 plus, rather 11,000 meter wells are still there. But India, we don't have that much of deepest well as on now. Okay, so this is the drilling. Drilling is nothing but I have subsequently already told you. So this is the drilling rig. What is there? You have seen this is a drilling rig, and I invite you to see the drilling rig in by your eyes, and it will be very clear. But picture does not say everything always. You have to see by your own eyes. This is a drilling rig. I can say this much. Next. So now this is actually the drilling. I was telling about the drilling actually on the I was drilling on the your surface only. That is onshore. That is called onshore. On the spot, there oil is there under the beneath of the earth. So that is called offshore. You might have heard this one. So offshore, what is done? There are some ships are being there. You have seen there are 4 5 ships are there. On the ships, their ship is there designated for the specialized ship is there. Then oil is drilled and oil is being produced. And most of the crude oil now produced from the offshore only nowadays. But All India had some earlier in Andaman. Now, actually, we now don't have any producing assets of the offshore. But All India is going in a big way. Another 2 3 years in Andaman and the offshore areas to find out our crude oil from the beneath of the earth. Next. This is again another picture of the offshore rig, and I am telling you. So, and earlier, what is there? This rig, if you see, this is a platform. It is called a platform. This is a called this platform. This platform, you see, there are 2 3 rigs are there. So, in this particular rig, one platform they can dig number of wells. 40 50 wells can be drilled from the same platform because of the cost. And how much cost can you predict? Any idea how much daily cost of this one? I think you cannot imagine. It is more than 3 to 5 crores per day cost to run this type of operation. 3 to 5 crores per day cost for this rig. Next. Drilling fluid, I have already told the drilling fluid, that is the role of chemist will come. So drilling fluid is the definition is there. Definition is it is like your definition in chemistry only. A circulating fluid used in rotary drilling to perform any or all of the various functions required to drilling operation. That is, I am telling a few 2 3 functions I have told. There is a lifting of your cuttings from the beneath of the earth and the cooling. Then to keep the whole intake. These are some functions are there, primary functions that I should not be elaborated now. It will be not easy to grasp you as of now. But drilling fluid, you see, this is a fluid that will be your role. Your role is waiting. Your role is waiting to be there in drilling fluid. Next. So I am giving an animation of this one. So what is drilling fluid? This is basically animation of drilling only. So you see, this is mud is being transferred. This arrow is saying that mud is being transferred. This is going and it is drilling. At the bottom of this one, this is called the bit. The bit is digging the earth, and this whenever there is a generation of cuttings are there, so it is being transferred to the surface. You see, it is coming out. So during this drilling, you have to maintain and design also. What will be the component? What will be this and other factors are there. Whenever you will be there in the business, you learn those things. That is being the role of the chemist. The chemist people has a very important role. So unless and until the chemist gives this a good quality of this drilling fluid, the drilling cannot be possible. So you know how much important this post is, how much important for the nation is there. So you should be proud to do these things, because of the supply of drilling chemicals by you, drilling fluid by you, a well can be drilled, and through well your oil can be produced, and through oil your energy requirement can be there. Basically, you are the energy warrior if you do these things. Okay. Next. So this is again the animation is there. Drilling is there. This is the mud tank. Mud tank is nothing but the drilling fluid tank. Usually we don't call the drilling fluid. This is a mud tank. Mud tank, we store the mud there in the mud tanks, and it is pumped. There is one pump is there through this one, drilling and coming out of this one. And you see why, and when my question, why you are requiring circulation? So you have to treat it. Suppose if you go to the well and it will be coming out with the garbages, with some your deterioration of the your quality will be there. You have to maintain it. You have to treat it. So same amount of mud can be reused, because again the mud is environmentally very sensitive. You cannot place your mud in the earth. So there are some ways are there. So you have to, the same mud has to circulate like your blood. So whenever your blood is, they were taking oxygen, you are purifying your blood. Same way the blood is being purified by different systems. Are there, we are purifying the blood. At sometimes our blood may be, what is there, some, because of the some disease, you have to discard your entire blood. Same way we have to discard the drilling fluid to save our wells. So, but it is a cost is there, cause very costly chemicals these are being used. If per kg, you can say some of the chemicals in the tune of 10,000 per kg chemicals, and you see there are some, what is the volume you are required. So this is a costly affairs, costly business. You have to be very meticulous in using and very meticulous in designing that one, so that the minimum amount in and minimum wastages is there. So there is a role of chemist. You have to be very sensitive in terms of using, in terms of in your intellectual mass, so that you get a better mud or the drilling fluid to get a good hole. Next. So now I have told everything about the industry and this about the role of chemist and like. Now I'll coming to career. Any questions as on now? I have not seen anything till now. If anything there, you can question me.
Dear student, if some query, you can go ahead. We'll have a 2 minutes break. You can put in chat box. Will wait? Actually, we'll wait for 2 minutes. Please, something, if you have any query, please put in your chat box. Thank you.
Raju, if no questions is there, I can proceed.
Okay, you can go to next. Okay, next part.
So let's go for the important one. That is why Raju has asked me to this one. So what is the career scope? So actually, chemistry is the neighbor subject, I to say. So it is a neighbor subject. Whenever some students, particularly boys and girls, took the chemistry as a subject, the neighbors are very happy. Then they will tell you, boria subject, very bored prospect ase, kintu nijar lora chole chemistry poribo nidiye. This is not my dialogue. This is from the great our Kamlesh Chaudhary sir told me whenever we opted for chemistry. This is a neighbor subject only. So anyway, But you should not lose heart. Chemistry is the main subject, and I am telling you, though everybody of chemistry people, I am saying you are tried for medical engineering or other professional. Whenever 90% of they fail, then come to the general course. Whenever general course is there, whenever physics and maths was done, then if it is not there, chemistry, there will be another 10%. I am not denying them. The 10% of the people who really want to study chemistry, there are, I am telling you that the sky is the limit for chemistry whenever you are doing. So what I am saying about the career, this is the one of the most career perspective subject in the curriculum what you are having. Let me discuss one by one. Second is there, first of all, the career in normal career, it is there. Whenever the others is your bank, APSC, UPSC, where chemistry is not as a subject, it is not giving that. It is general one, that is there. But as a chemistry, you are giving the one is the oil and petroleum sector, then multinational company, and what is there. I'll coming on later on. But I want to emphasize one thing. Rather than going for the conventional M.Sc courses after B.Sc, there are few courses which can give you more professional edge in terms of getting the job. One is your paint technology, one is a textile chemistry, another is a pharmaceutical chemistry or medicinal chemistry, you may say. So I think in our days we did not know about these subjects. So these subjects are already been there in particularly in Western universities like Pune, in India even. So in those I think as of now I don't know. In our days that was given scholarship was given by Director of Technical Education. 2 seats in each of the courses are reserved for the people of Assam. So some of our friends have done very well. In fact, paint technology, textile chemistry, and pharmaceutical chemistry. After joining them, they have absorbed in multinational companies, some universities, and minimum salary is not less than 1 lakh as on that. Minimum, I am telling you. Maximum, it is more than 5 to 10 lakhs, you can say, if you are in foreign companies are there. So in terms of money, there should not be a problem. But at the same time, it is not that any Tom, Dick, Harry should be there, can place there. If you must have a knowledge and intellect and to explore this one. And at the same time, you have some good information. So before pursuing the conventional M.Sc courses in this one, you can, some of you, I am not telling you, some of you can explore these type of courses, and it is available in India itself. I am not telling the others. So it will give you more edge than the normal conventional courses in terms of getting the job. So in terms of you come to the employability sector, is a in terms of chemistry will give you the refinery, the cement industry, cosmetic industry, beverage industry, paint manufacturing company, then oil and ONGC, I am telling you, then textile industry, pollution control board, forensic, and teaching. Teaching, I am not telling you, teaching is there only. So for that purpose, I am now I will emphasize how you can get the job is oil and natural gas or Oil India or IOC and like that. For your information, so those who are studying in B.Sc, the oil and ONGC is giving opportunity for officers grade from the day one. So they engage in the officers like engineers. They are engaging the people with the master's degree in chemistry, but in the IOC they are not absorbing in the officer grade directly from the chemistry. They employ in the workman category, that is in the operator grade. Then they can go for officer grade, but they cannot go higher up. So that after B.Sc only they can be enrolled. So that is the personal choice only. If you want to be engaged as early as possible, then these are the jobs are there where NRL and IOC refineries can absorb you, and workman level. It is not officer grade, but after master's degree in your chemistry, oil and ONGC is the good option in India. So what I am telling, so after getting this, whatever jobs will be offered in Oil India Limited, you don't have any curriculum that I have already told you in our college days. So you have to learn there. Once you learn there, your budget, your market value has enhanced greatly. The Middle East is searching for the chemists from oil and ONGC. The oil and ONGC in the good thing is there. Our chemists are very educated. Actually, oil and ONGC, they absorb the chemist only the master degree in first class in general one. And after that, now so GATE only. GATE is there. I think people will know. Earlier days, we did not know all these things. Now, oil and ONGC absorb only the GATE qualified people. And also, in some cases, they absorb from the your campus. If you are absorbed from the campus, particularly we are absorbing from Tezpur University nearby, Guwahati University and Cotton University. In recent years, we are absorbing from these two institutions. There, people are lucky that you did not go without GATE. Of course, nowadays these students are very smart. During the final year itself, they qualified for GATE. So there is no point of not getting that one. So in earlier days, we hardly passed our GATE. I was not GATE. I was not familiar with GATE in our time. But now people are very smart. They qualify for GATE, and for getting the jobs in oil and ONGC, you must have the GATE. It's the normal interview procedure. If it is from campus, it is not required. That is there. So you have to be very much, very much. Your goal should be set now on which way you want to go. If you want, and after doing 3 to 4 years in your oil or ONGC, at the other time then market value, can you believe now one of our colleague who left our Oil India Limited after doing their earning per day more than $1,000 per day. Per day, you cannot imagine how much they are earning. So $1,000 earning means almost 70,000 per day. Are you getting? So you cannot imagine how much money is waiting for you. So money is one thing, but at the same time, everybody is not getting that one. That you have to make sure that you have to qualify, you have a intellect, you have to, this money is there. Money is not a problem for chemistry people. And for the other sectors, when this is the pharmaceutical companies are there, this pharmaceutical normal M.Sc or with organic background is, I think it is okay. But if it is a pharmaceutical chemistry is there, then it will be more helpful for the chemistry people. And another is there forensic sector in Assam is being not as much as smart till then. But now I think you are aware another 4 forensic laboratories are coming up. There will be a lot of opportunities will be coming up for you people there. Then APSC, I am not telling all these are government job. There is a normal job. Any chemistry, physics is not different. With the chemistry people, we can. And multinational companies are there. There are R&D centers are there. R&D centers are eyeing for the people of chemistry. All R&D center, including our own R&D center is different thing. There are some R&D centers that they are of their own. They develop some products and go by the scientists for it is much more is there. So for that purpose, you have to be very studious from B.Sc, then M.Sc, then doctorate, then postdoc. Your teacher can guide better way because I am not that part. So, but we have seen the end product only. Whenever they come people, then when we go for your campus interview, so if we find that you are academically brilliant with GATE, then we don't have hesitate to take you people. And Oil India and particularly Oil India is happy to absorb the people of Assam from the Assam University. So there are a lot of avenues there. You can explore those things. And that much I can say. If you can say anything, please, I am happy to help you. And please, next slide. Yeah. So thank you for your kind attention. So I am placed in Guwahati as of now. So you can meet me personally, and I will share my contact detail with Raju Oza. He can share with you anytime, whenever is there. You can visit me also. Then it will be. I'll show you. I can show you with this one. We have a center of excellence is there. So we for chemistry people is we have a very sophisticated instruments are there. Many projects are going on. I cannot say you as on that because it will not be easy for you to understand. So you can visit Duliajan, you can visit the refineries to find. I think you can have some summer training also. We are giving some summer training to. Of course, this COVID time it is not be possible as on now. Last 2 years is not possible. So if you can do those training also, then I think it will be helpful to you. Thank you very much. If any questions are there, I am open to you. Please, Raju.
Thank you, Rajib Sarma, for your good presentation. Also, this presentation gave us a lot of informations regarding some of the information I should share with my principals also. Sir. Principal,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So,
yes.
sir, he is talking about some subject. If you go for a higher study,
I should write to
geochemistry, sir.
yeah,
Okay.
geochemistry and geophysics.
Geochemistry. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
this is actually
I should
potential subject.
to our university for introducing such subjects. Okay.
We should send actually this proposal also.
Yes, 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 yes. And I shall visit UGC website also if we can introduce it as one BVOC subject. Then also we shall apply. And I shall write to university. Yeah, okay, very good suggestion actually.
Rajib Sarma, thank you from our side also for your nice presentation and also very informative presentation. So this your presentation also enhanced me from petroleum to LPG because we are just using the LPG, but we are teaching a lot of things in chemistry regarding petroleum. But we just use only LPG, nothing else. So here in your slide, I have seen a lot of things. I think students will get benefited from this slide. Those who are actually observing your slides. Okay. In near future, we also expect you to hear more things. Okay. As per your good direction that we are geochemistry or geophysics should be in syllabus. So as our principal Dr. Anjan Kumar Oza already talked that we should proceed accordingly. If university permits, we should send a proposal. Okay, it's a very good initiative from your side. So we'll always thankful for that your advice. We have our co-coordinator, Dr. Pranab Sevapani, I think. Okay, I think he is not present. Okay. We have our faculty, Udesna Priya Kakoti. So, Udesna.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for this informative session. We get to learn new things from you today, and this will surely beneficial for our students. And thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, from your side also.
Thanks to Rajib Sharma and Shubhan for their good, very informative session. And Dr. Raju, we can send our students to Oil India Limited.
Definitely. He's agreed already.
Yeah. Yeah. And this session was really very interesting. And though I am a man of arts background, I have attended the talk, and I am also benefited through this talk. Thanks once again.
Thank you. Let us conclude here today's session. Very, very thankful. And bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.